What's up, internet? It's been a while since we've sat down together. Oh my god. Ugh. Since I'm doing fitness diaries and those are between 2-week intervals, I guess in between I can do some chat with me's because I love to talk. I am such a talkative person, and I'm really glad you're here with me to chit and chat. So lately, the past month, I've decided to switch up my YouTube channel. Not necessarily the theme, I just want to focus more on minimalism, more on fitness, and more on changing my life because I have been getting more confident and empowered within myself to be able to make these decisions. I've gotten a couple of texts the past couple of weeks since I've started doing fitness, and it's not just text, it's messages on Instagram, it's messages on Twitter, and it's all positive. It's so much positivity just being pushed towards me, and I am so overwhelmed by it that I want to sit down not just to thank anyone who, you know, my friends and my family who reach out to me and say these kind things, but I also want to share kind of my mentality and how I got to this point of being vulnerable, but at the same time using your vulnerability to strengthen who you are as a person. I want to talk about how to make your plans into actual actions. So one thing that helped me with chasing my dreams and taking my goals much more seriously was taking ownership of them. I strongly advise anyone who has a really large, big dream that they want to chase after and sacrifice everything for, to start taking it seriously. When I was in high school and I wanted to perform, a lot of people told me, you have to take yourself seriously, because I was such a goofball and I was just a nervous person. If I was under pressure, I would laugh in the middle of a performance and I would stop. And in drama, you don't do that. In music, you don't do that. I didn't have the kind of mentality that I have now, where it's very serious, very win or lose kind of all or nothing mentality. Sometimes you have to talk about the financials of your dreams. Am I going to have enough money to do this? Is it going to be too much for me? Can I do it alone? When I decided to do fitness and just lifting, I signed up with my trainers and I realized, so this is another bill on top of my gym bill, on top of a grocery bill. It was just a lot. So I sat down and I wrote all of my expenses. If you have a dream that you think is so unreachable because you don't have the money, no. Don't think like that. It's called little steps. You just have to write down what these expenses are and make sacrifices for it. I have to work really hard and put aside the money. I don't ask my parents for any kind of money at all, just so I can go to the gym and go training, because I want them to see my dedication towards this. I'm not doing this to make a show of myself. I don't want to be someone who's just yeah, I'm gonna do it because I want to look good. No, I am doing this for very personal reasons. I'm tired of, personal reasons. I don't want to explain that right now. Another video. But I really had to sit down and consider how much money I had towards doing this. When I started YouTube, I had to pay for the lights. A lot of people think money is going to be a problem when chasing your dreams. It's not. It will not be a problem if you don't let it be a problem. Just work hard for it. The small sacrifices, it really amounts to big rewards. Think of the big picture. The money and the time and the sacrifices that you're going to have to make to get to your end goal, it's going to be worth it. I know people think that it's going to be too long, it's going to take me too long to get to my dream, it's going to take me too long to save up for this, but that's not the case, because in 3 months' time you're going to have enough money for the equipment to film, you're going to have enough money to compete for NPC. These are the things that I tell myself when I'm sitting down with my planner and I consider all the financials. Don't make excuses because of financials, I didn't ask my parents for anything when it came to YouTube, when it came for gym, when it came to voice classes in college, when it came to college, nothing. I asked for nothing. Defend your dreams. Don't just take ownership of it, but also defend them. And the best way that you can defend your dream is to constantly take action towards it. So I don't know if this is my third or my fourth piece of advice because I was rambling hella hard back there. But basically, just keep yourself constantly motivated. What helps me in the morning when I get up is I look at my Instagram page, I look through a bunch of fitness inspiration tips, and I look at people who are really people who I want to be. You know, I'm always like watching them, I'm seeing what they do on a day-to-day basis. I look at their life because it puts me in this like, yes, I can do it. These people are relatable. They're real people. They're not just celebrities. They're not just athletes that were born this way. No, they worked really hard for it. When I started training with Brittany and Jared, I felt like I could never perform the way they do, or I could never lift as much as they do. I mean, 3 weeks into this, obviously I'm not on their level, but I am so much stronger, much more agile than I expected to be, and it's because of this constant state of positivity and emotion, this constant state of positivity and motivation. It really helps you to get your shit done. It helps you to get up and actually do things instead of just sit down and dream about it. I know I'm talking very vaguely, but I'm basically trying to say just be ready to get your shit done when you wake up in the morning. Like, get up, go do it, be in a happy mood, and you'll see results in whatever goal you're trying to achieve in no time. I mean, not in no time, but in time. Okay, so my last piece of advice, because my camera is dying, is to... I feel like I always say this, but believe in yourself. Like, I know that everything I said requires you to believe in yourself, but like, believing in yourself is the #1 most important thing when you're putting yourself out there. If you're putting yourself on the internet, or if you're gonna audition for a play, or if you're trying out for a team, you need to have full faith in your abilities, and you need to be confident and empowered within yourself to be able to perform the way you want to perform. And if you don't feel up to par, you just need to work harder and harder, and you'll get there. I would have never imagined myself to be where I am today. If you have seen any of my videos, my chat with me, there's one where I'm talking about I'm lost. That was 2 months ago, and I feel like such a completely different person, and that's all because of my mentality. I changed it around, I took myself seriously, and I started listening to myself and not everyone else in my life. And I think that is the most important thing when you're reaching for something that you want. It's your decision, it's your goal, it's all you. So just believe in yourself. And yeah, that's all I had to say. Thank you guys for watching me. I will see you again in my next video. It's probably gonna be my fitness diary because that's due this week. I'm really excited to show you guys how far I've come, and I will see you again. Don't forget to leave me comments, questions down below if you have any, and yeah, give it a big thumbs up. Bye guys.